Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Iran's new proposal, aimed at ending the war with US, offers signs of compromise as Tehran seeks to revive negotiations amid growing economic pressure. According to a report by the Wall Street Journal, Iran is no longer insisting that Washington first end the blockade before any negotiations take place. Instead, Tehran is offering to discuss conditions for reopening the Strait of Hormuz at the same time as US guarantees to end attacks and unwind the blockade imposed on Iranian ports. However, Iran's missile program remains outside the reported sequencing, leaving one of Washington's major concerns unaddressed.
President Donald Trump says he is not satisfied with Iran's latest proposal for peace talks delivered through Pakistani mediators. Speaking at the White House, Trump warned military action remains an option if negotiations fail. To a question, he repeated his prediction that oil and gas prices would fall when the war with Iran ends. He also praised Pakistan, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, and Field Marshal Asim Munir for their mediation efforts.
US courts have rejected efforts by the Trump administration to obtain state voter rolls, dealing a setback ahead of the midterm elections. The rulings come as Democrats successfully challenge what they describe as an expansion of federal control over election processes. The legal battles unfold amid a high-stakes political contest for control of Congress in the upcoming vote. US President Donald Trump has signed an executive order broadening US sanctions against the Cuban government as he seeks to put more pressure on Havana after ousting Venezuela's leader. Two White House officials say the fresh sanctions target people, entities, and affiliates that support the Cuban government's security apparatus or are complicit in corruption or serious human rights violations, as well as agents, officials, or supporters of the government. A copy of the order released by the White House said the sanctions could apply to any foreign person operating in the energy, defense, and related materiel, metals and mining, financial services, or security sector of the Cuban economy, or any other sector of the Cuban economy. The US administration has bypassed congressional review to offer arms sales worth more than $8.6 billion to Israel, Qatar, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates. According to the State Department, the proposed sales include advanced precision kill weapon systems, air and missile defense replenishment services, and an integrated battle command system. The latest move appears to be an effort to quell the political fight over whether Congress needed to approve the Iran conflict. The United States is withdrawing 5,000 troops from NATO ally Germany as a rift over the Iran war widens between President Donald Trump and Europe. A senior Pentagon official said recent German rhetoric had been inappropriate and unhelpful, adding that the president is rightly reacting to these counterproductive remarks. The Pentagon said the withdrawal was expected to be completed over the next 6 to 12 months. At least 11 people have died and 31 others injured when a tourist bus crashed in Mexico's western state of Nayarit. The bus, traveling from the state of Jalisco, veered off the highway and overturned near the town of Amatlán de Canas. According to officials, the passengers were on their way to a recreational center in Nayarit. Emergency crews from Nayarit and Jalisco responded, closing the road to conduct rescue operations and investigate the cause of the accident.
Bankrupt budget carrier Spirit Airlines has ceased operations, becoming the first major airline casualty linked to the Iran war after failing to secure creditor support for a US government-backed rescue plan. The airline said a sharp surge in jet fuel prices, nearly doubling during the conflict, crippled its financial outlook and derailed its bankruptcy exit strategy. All flights have been cancelled, affecting hundreds of thousands of passengers and putting thousands of jobs at risk. A proposed $500 million bailout failed to gain approval, with Spirit's board unable to reach an agreement. The shutdown marks the first liquidation of a US airline of its size in 2 decades.
That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.